There's been plenty of moments that I fell in hard times. More often than not, getting faded was my lifeline. I realized that I've always struggled with change, but sometimes you gotta rearrange before you go insane. I've been doing my best to stay true to myself, put my next foot forward and smoking dope for my health. I never give up the music till I'm rolling in wealth. Some days I swear this basement's my own personal hell. Well, I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you. I confess I'm obsessed with the sex. Heart palpitations every time that she texts. I admit that we ain't always been the best for each other, but what is love without the little test? Girl, you know you're my sneaky link. When I'm with you, my ego shrink. I'm just craving time for us alone. I think about you every time I'm home smoking dope. I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you. The blood has spilled onto our hands. The drugs they drip coursing through our veins. Violence, violence, show your face. Show me we're all the same. Violence, beautiful violence, break my faith. Limits broken anyway. Maybe I've been thinking too much, dreaming about the days when we won't feel so out of touch. Maybe we've been drinking too much, trying to escape the darkness of the world we know. It's like it never ends. Still it's water pain and causes suffering, never ends. It's not to us cement the better broken world that we
Happy Monday, everybody. How we doing? How we doing? What's up, Hamlet? Bill, what's good? What do I think, Cardano? You think we'll be back at 0.5? Probably. Krishna, best priced along the Shiba. I would stay away from meme coins. Not gonna lie. They only pump at the very end of the bull market, and sometimes they have little spikes here and there. But I'm pretty sure Sheeb is still down a lot. So be wary of that. All right, so we're gonna do like a quick technical analysis thing that we always do, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys about what I personally think is happening. Yes, we had quite the pump. You guys longed really anywhere in here. You're in profit, and I would urge you to take profits along the way. We're just now under the 200 daily moving average, so probably gonna find some resistance. I would imagine that this area here gets retested, and then we decide whether we're going to go up or go down. I'm going to show you some previous data from 2018 that may or may not change your opinion if you are euphoric right now. I've never seen so much euphoria for a 20% pump in my entire life. You'd think that we were at 100K, 200K by now. And guys, granted, I really only make money long in this market. I want to long this market. I want it to be a healthy move. But seeing volume here, seeing the absolutely low spiking volume trying to get through resistance, that is not a sign of strength. That is actually a sign of weakness. Ultimately, zoom out of the weekly, and we only went down. And this is probably a dead cat bounce. I mean, again, look at volume. Just look at it. Go to the other exchanges, look at Binance. I mean, look how low. This is the lowest weekly volume we've seen in a really long time. And I don't want to discredit the pump if we continue pumping. Keep holding, do what you guys want to do. But I am personally not really looking to take a lot of risk if I ever decide to long this. Looking at some previous data, doing some research on what is happening right now, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But I seriously, I've never seen so many people so euphoric over a 20% pump. Guys, this is crypto. This happens all the time. I think just so many people are trapped, and a lot of people want to rub it in people's faces, and that's totally cool. You can do what you want. I'll add you to my blocked list. It is what it is. Lunatic, what's good, man? Realist motherfucker in the game. Possibly. Can we get some more of that Doom? No, it's going to 300K. Ready for a big pump. Just closing my eyes and see that pump. I did it. Good job, Fox. I'm proud of you. I hope you got her for a good price, Fox. Fox, you probably bought it 47,600, so you're probably up $200. What's up, Dex? How's it going? 3K Bitcoin moved to Coinbase 20 minutes ago. Yeah, so we're gonna get into that. Wow, I look really tan right now. Man, that's weird. I'm Italian, but I'm not that tan. Only when I get sun. I haven't been out in the sun very much. But all right, let's get into it. So stocks, nice bounce. Not gonna lie, didn't expect that. For those of you guys that are in Discord, I've done some research, and I believe we're in the first stage of recession. And believe it or not, the first stage of recession actually starts with a stock market pump. Usually use this exit. You actually have a lot of people that are super shorting the market, and it causes a short squeeze, and we actually pump on super low volume. It's happened every single recession we've ever been in, even before the Great Depression, even before the 2008 thing. Yeah, I look at the data. Look at the Dow Jones to gold ratio. It's nuts. S&P, nice pump. Not gonna lie, it's not that I expected to be back above moving averages, but nice little pump. Very low volume again. Most likely a short squeeze. And then the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq represents the tech stocks, and they really didn't do that great. We also have earnings coming out for tech stocks this week, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get wrecked. Pretty positive on that. I could be wrong, but we're also looking at a weekly death cross. You guys know the drill. Realistically, I did say sideways and down, and we're pretty much getting that. So we're pretty much getting this chop here until we start breaking above this area. Will I maybe reevaluate? But I sold my stock positions a long time ago. I actually sold in this top area. Believe it or not, I'm not just bullshitting here. I actually sold it in September. So okay, sorry, I sold right around here. So I didn't quite get the top, but I was pretty close. Giant bear flag from July to now. I don't know about that. I'm up $250 nights on me. Jeez, when will be market dump? When will a market dump be? Man, that just totally messed me up. I don't know, man. Whenever they stop pumping it on derivatives, we're gonna get into that. I shorted 2x at 40.5, debating to close or keep. You're still holding that trade? Jesus, man, don't hold trades that go over like a 2 or 3% total loss. Like, just cut your losses at that point. I think we might have this weekly candle come right down to validate the death cross. I'm hoping so. I really am. I still believe it will. I'm not buying this pump. I bought yesterday and I sold very, very quickly. Total chart looking moderately bullish. Not going to lie. We have a nice little possible double bottom back above moving averages. Breaking, trying to break our resistance here. I think we actually are slightly over. I think that has a lot to do with altcoins. Could we just come back and nuke down? I think that is more than likely, as we have a death cross here, or a death cross approaching. We're also seeing very, very low volume on this pump. Again, we just went down. Maybe this is the dead cat bounce. Could we come up to here, make a head and shoulders? Or a head and shoulders here. Absolutely. I think that's very, very possible. But for now, just kind of pumping on air. Not going to lie. Same thing here. Total 2, about to approach our next resistance. Back above all the moving averages, still looking at facing a death cross here. Didn't quite get to the downside like I thought we would, but we're bouncing. That's fine. We've had basically 7 months of down, and now we're bouncing. So that's okay. A bounce here is just okay. That's all right. Total 3. Back above like the diagonal resistance we have, I have a hard time putting another resistance here just because there's so many wicks and volatility because these are all the microcap coins. For me, it's up here. So your micro coins could possibly take off. But again, I don't think we get above this. Time frame wise, it just doesn't make sense to me. You said Harmony could retest 0.18. It's pretty close to it. Could we expect Bitcoin to dump around the same time 0.18 reaches? Around 50K for Bitcoin. It's very possible. Very, very possible. Like I said, going to get into that once we get through the beginning stages of this. But guys, I want you to notice something. The DXY is still pumping, and all of our stocks and crypto is also pumping, which it's not. It's really weird to me that the DXY is extremely bullish when we have Bitcoin bouncing and people thinking being all euphoric. Usually when the DXY is bullish, it's really not good for anything other than gold. That usually means that inflation they're trying to deflate the market, which means that interest rates go up, which means that there's less borrowing, there's less investing. And usually when there's less investing, assets come down. Companies don't expand as much as they do because they're not receiving funds from investors, whether it be hedge fund investing to retail investing. They're not getting the investments that they think they get. But still, DXY, extremely bullish. Coming up to 100, if we break 100, we are going on a tear on this thing. This thing will absolutely continue up. I don't really have the next resistance plotted, but let's just kind of, jot this down real quick. We have this possibly here at 105, and I'd guess that 110. So 105, 110, 121, just off the top of my head, not giving it too much detail. We haven't even broken 100 yet, so keep those in mind. All right, let's look at USDT is we could probably put it here. So we're probably bouncing off resistance now because we bounced and that closed wicks. Yeah, okay, we'll leave it there. I had it slightly off. Kind of looking like a double top or a triple top here. That could be very bullish for Bitcoin. That all depends if we lose this level and possibly don't bounce here like that. We'd have to really break this diagonal here for that to be very bullish for Bitcoin. All right, let's get into Bitcoin. So first and foremost, for those of you guys that know, I'm pretty good friends with Inspo Crypto. Inspo Crypto is an account. He owns an account on Twitter. He also owns a Discord. We actually share a lot of members between Discords. posts a lot of net flow data. Net flow data meaning he's very not biased. He is leaning more bearish than bullish. He thinks this pump is bullshit as well. He posts data, essentially. Bitcoin inflow, Bitcoin outflow, what's causing the buying, what's causing selling when it happens, yada, yada. You guys get the point. So he does this research, and I look at it when I wake up. I also, thank God we're dumping now. It's about time. I have a fat short in at 48,000-ish. But regardless of that, he posts this data, and I look at it all the time, and you guys know me, I'm a price action trader. I look for momentum, I look for spot buying, I look for things that make sense to push a market higher. And we're both in the conclusion that derivatives are like contract buying. So when you go on your exchange and you select leverage, or whatever, like leverage trading, that is all derivatives-based trading. So what they're doing is they're buying with derivatives. They're not actually buying spot Bitcoin. So this idea of supply shock isn't actually happening. There isn't a supply shock happening because derivatives are being bought. Spot Bitcoin is actually showing up to the exchanges as these pumps happen, and it's being sold into these pumps. We have numerous amounts of data that suggests this. And, I don't want to scare anybody. If any of you guys are truly bullish, if any of you guys really believe we're going to break all-time highs in the midst of a recession, by all means, you can absolutely believe this. I'm just telling you, I'm just giving you the data as it is. I'm a data-centric person. I'm not a perma-bear. I'm not a perma-bull. I'm just giving you data as I see it. One thing that I noticed as well, we broke a death cross on this weekly. We closed above the 50, broke the death. This is the first time this has ever happened in Bitcoin's history. And we did it with some of the lowest volume we've ever had in Bitcoin's history. That's a little fishy to me. Why would they push it up with derivatives? Well, they're pushing it up with derivatives so they can sell their spot. And then you have this notion that I think it's Kwan, whatever you want to call him, he's buying Bitcoin. And is he actually buying Bitcoin? Yes, he's actually buying Bitcoin, but is it actually digging into the supply? And it's not. There is a whale every single day. So he said he was going to buy 3,000 Bitcoin every single day. It's like 125 million every single day. There is a whale that deposits 3,000 Bitcoin on the exchange that he buys from every single day. So in reality, is Kwan buying? Yes, he is buying. But is it just a change of hands, or is he eating at the Bitcoin supply? So you have all of these like bulltards, like moon people, and you have perma bears. They're both equally as bad. Just don't listen to either one of them. Like Crypto Savvy's a perma bear example of an idiot, just like the moon is a perma bull example of an idiot. Don't follow these people. Avoid them. Go for data centric people that give you honesty and not a bunch of bullshit. Anyways. You have someone putting 3,000 on and someone buying that 3,000. So is the supply really being shocked? Is the supply being eaten into? And it's not. That would be like if I sold you a Bitcoin. So one of my viewers, if I sold you a Bitcoin, you gave me $47,700 for it. Is the supply going down? And it's not. It's not, because it's just changing hands. The price doesn't go up due to a change of hands. But they're using this event, and I think he's a part of this because he knows Luna is going to go to $6. He's using this as a front run to cause FOMO, because now you have people that are saying, oh, MicroStrategy and Terra and all these people, they're buying Bitcoin in large amounts. They're buying it so fast. It's 9 billion being bought so quick. Okay. Yes, it's 9 billion Bitcoin being bought, but he's not eating into the exchange. Guys, if he was eating into the exchange, like the exchanges and digging into the supply, we would be skyrocketing right now. $9 billion brought into this market is a lot, enough to push it well over 50, 60, 70%, especially caused by any sort of retail FOMO and derivatives trading on top of that. So just with that, I'm under the impression that there is a liquidation event that is in the making, and I have no idea where the top is. It could be at 50, 52K. Personally, I don't think we get above 52K. I just don't see it happening. But there is a liquidation event building, in my opinion, that is going to absolutely dump on retail. Do you use inverse charts? I do, every once in a while. What will break the correlation between DXY and equities? Right now, that doesn't make sense. What is happening? Well, what's happening is they're pumping everything on air. It's either short squeezing or derivatives trading that's pumping both the stock market and the crypto market. It's unbelievable. You should seriously do your own research on it. It's unbelievable how crazy everything's being pumped with no volume. Hate the chickens. I'm pretty sure we will invalidate the MACD cross. I think everyone should wait at least until the weekly candle closes. Absolutely agree. Luna is already $6 in Australia. Please bring it. Is it really? That's crazy. But okay, guys. Weekly chart. You know the deal. I've been calling for this death cross, and we just completely invalidated it. What happened in 2018? Do we have any prior examples? Well, let's go back and look at our chart. So we actually had a death cross. We tested it and rejected the next week. So really, it depends what happens this next week. So if we do close back below it, that is a really bad sign for bulls. I hate to break it to you, but that is really bad. The other death cross, the COVID crash. We broke below. We actually had the wick above because we broke below here. We had a wick above and then dumped. Now, granted, I don't like to use this as a data point for anything because the COVID crash is a black swan event. So I don't want to be like crypto savvy and be like, oh, look, this is no, that was not priced into the market. That's a black swan event. That should have never happened. But okay, let's look at the other death cross. The other death cross, I don't believe we had a retest. We actually broke down. We did get a retest on the next candle, but aside from that, no true retest until we hit the 50 down here and went back down. Wow, we are actually dumping quite a bit, making me happy. Need a nice win, boys. Need a nice win. Might be adding to my short here on live stream, so we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, we've seen weekly death crosses and what happens. Zooming out, when you have these death crosses, we drop quite a bit. We usually see capitulation. Aside from that, what should we expect moving forward? Well, one, need to keep an eye out. Sorry, I have to check this because all of my alerts. If you can't hear them at your desk. Okay. Give me one moment here, ladies and gentlemen. Just gonna add a little tiny bit to this order. Oh my gosh, Roman shorting, everyone short 200x. Guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. I'm just putting an order in that way if we break down. That way we can continue the live stream. We have not hit my order yet. Okay, so we've seen what happens with these death crosses. And it would not surprise me if we absolutely just nuked. It would not surprise me at all. From this candle. So this candle would need to close below. If we close back below, it's not a good sign if you're bullish. And you might want to reevaluate if you are bullish. But okay, let's get into the daily. I'm sick and tired of looking at weekly charts and death crosses and getting faked out. So, okay. Daily chart. What's going on? What's happening? So, first and foremost, sorry, let me remove this alert. First and foremost, we have, I redrew this, and it could be wrong. You know, I don't want to say it's right or wrong because we had this as well, and we broke out. But this makes sense to me. I saw this on Twitter, and it makes sense. We are pumping on some of the lowest volume we've ever seen. In regarding, like, a nice pump. So we've pumped, you know, almost 30%. Like 30%. We'll just say 30%. We've pumped 30% with volume dropping the entire time from the bottom. Now, you might say, oh, well, this is like the October move. And it could be like the October move. But here's the difference in the October move. And I want you guys to look at strictly the volume pattern. You have stair-stepping volume here. You have stair-stepping volume here. The entire time, volume is rising as we're rising. We rose all the way to 60, what is this, like 68,000 with nice volume. Well, really like 61, then we saw some exhaustion in here, pullback, and then we got to 69 on lower volume, which is why this dump happened. That's called exhaustion. But regardless, we had bullish momentum building. We had volume going up, price going up, nice little double bottom. Unfortunately, I missed this trade, and I'm pissed about it because I actually ended up buying like right here. That's actually I have the order still. It's 41,077. I'm gonna frame it on my wall because it's man, I've literally bought the bottom. But regardless, people are comparing it to that, and it's not quite like that. You actually have the exact opposite. So like I said, we have volume increasing here. We have volume decreasing here. We're going into resistance. We're going into the 200 daily DMA, which is, or daily moving average, which is this white line here. So we're right at the white line. What does this mean? So one, this brings me back to my point that they're pumping this market with derivatives, and they're selling spot into the derivative pumps. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, this, that, and this, and that, this, and that. Well, guys, I want you to zoom out and look at the last bull run, because there are some people that genuinely think we're going to go to 100K. And I don't want to say it's impossible, but it'd be very difficult. Look at the original bull run and look at the volume. As we're moving up, volume is moving up. This is a very, very healthy bull trend. Actually, really up until here, I was bullish on all of this. I was extremely bullish on all of this. I was bullish on all of this. I was bullish here. I was bullish here. I was bullish during this. So all of these things, I want you to notice something. When we move up, other than the COVID crash, because that was a black swan event, as we move up in price, volume moves up. As we move up in price, volume moves up. Very healthy bull trend. As we move up, volume moves up. I know I'm zoomed out and doing it very quickly. I'm just trying to give you the very quick explanation. What's happening right now is not a healthy bull trend. And in my own opinion, it is the start of a massive liquidation cascade because everyone knows we're going into recession. I'm shorting my life savings. Jeez. Best price to long Bitcoin? I mean, it depends on your investment strategy, man. If you're trading, we're very overbought. We're going to get into lower time frames, but if you're, if you just want to buy and hold, I mean, you could literally buy right now. 5 years, 10 years from now, Bitcoin's going to be well over 100K. So keep that in mind. Where can you see this data? You can see it. I know Inspo has his own metrics and indicators that TradingView provides. You can see different exchange rate data. You can literally go to Inspo's Discord. He posts it all the time. Yeah, I mean, there are your avenues to figure it out. Yeah, and the fear and greed index is already at like 60 or 70 right now. Like, guys, we've moved 30%. I don't even think we've recovered 50% of where we dropped. So we dropped 52%, halfway would be about 25. Okay, so we'll say 27. We haven't even recovered 50% from the initial drop. So I don't know where this notion is and why this euphoria is here. And these crazy, I mean, people are saying 300, 500K, 100K. Like, look, this can be a bullish move if you so please, but I'm staying cautious because of this. That's why I'm cautious. We broke some massive resistances with the lowest volume we've ever seen. What do I think about K1 buying? I don't think he's actually, like, he's buying, but he's not eating the Bitcoin supply up. He's actually just exchanging hands with another whale. And we have multitudes of evidence of that. This looks like the reverse December crash. Actually, it looks like this. Straight up. It looks like an inverted this. This was going down. This is going up. Volume's going down. Volume's going down. This is actually bullish. This is bearish price action. Believe it or not. Volume going down, price going down, that's very bullish price action. I was actually very, very bullish in here. Volume going down, price going up from the bottom, that's actually very bearish price action. That's very much a sign of a dead cat bounce that this market will not continue to go up, especially once selling pressure comes in, which I think it's coming in right now, like literally as we're speaking here. But for me, I'm going to add more to my short position once this breaks. So about 47,430, maybe. I'd say even 47,335 is where you'd want to add, just because we make a lower low, or we attempt to make a lower low, but we're in a kind of like an ascending wedge. An ascending wedge that stems all the way to the 200 DMAs right here. So this little double top here could very well just be the start of a massive dump. Or, you know, like I said, everything's overbought, so we could just see like a small little drop all the way down to here. You know, we could long here, and once we go back up, do whatever you want. But for the most part, I am not very bullish. I don't find a lot of reasons to be super bullish. You know, I know price broke out, and that's awesome, but you need volume to validate moves, and we're not seeing a lot of validation here. Roman, can't you pump the market? I know you're a multi-billionaire. Dude, if I was a multi-billionaire, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I'd probably be doing some degenerate shit on a boat in the middle of the ocean. All right, 4 hour time frame. This is the highest RSI has been in a very, very long time. 88 was the peak. That's why I shorted. Every time we see RSI in this area, we dump quite a bit. And again, I'm seeing us reject some serious levels. The 200 DMA, we're almost back. I mean, you get to 46K from here. You close the weekly below this yellow line, and it is dump city all day long. I don't think I'm going to add more to my short until 45.6 if we get there. It just depends. I want streams even when you're on the boat. I can probably do that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to. Maybe. Depends what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Maybe one day. Hopefully. Maybe one day we'll make it there. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna pull up like a 1 hour here and just kind of show you guys what I'm looking at. So we know the 4 hours really overextended. What should we expect? So one, I have this potential wedge. We're kind of bouncing here. We're seeing a lot of divergences here on the 1 hour. Very thick red candle, right? It's a thick boy. You got 12 minutes left in this hour. So ultimately, I think we do close below it. Could this be wrong? Sure, but I don't know where we would bounce otherwise. And honestly, and again, I think we're very overbought. We're very overextended. Look at the 4 hour. 4 hours still overbought. The 12 hours, that could be a shooting star candle. That's not good. But 12 hour overbought, daily overbought, 2 hour. Starting to get back into safe territory, but again, MACD is about to cross. So best case scenario if you're bullish, and let's say you're not in a position here, because I told you guys I'd give you some options. Let's say you're bullish and you didn't get to long because you were scared, or your long didn't hit. Okay, so best case scenario for you is wait for price to get here around 45.6, 45.8, 45.5 level. That's the prior resistance. If we find support here, basically if volume is very low on this drop, if volume's going down as we drop, that's a good indication that this support's going to hold and we should bounce and go higher. I think it's very, very possible that we bounce and go to 52K. It's very possible. That's my absolute top for this move. If I see this low volume on the way down to this support level, I will absolutely long it. If I see very strong volume on the way down to that, I'm going to keep holding on to my short. And I might short more depending. Well, I definitely short more if we get below 45.6. Absolutely. There's no questions in my mind. But guys, I want you to keep in mind here real quick. We are only 4% from potential support. That's not a very large move in terms of confirming it as newfound support. So building momentum and crashing through that can absolutely happen. I want you to keep your head on a swivel here. Have I ever used Heckin Ashy? No, I don't. I'll be showing charts on my phone, switching to front cam, promoting my Bitget link. No, I promote the Bitget, remember? It's Bitget link. Bro, I'm still blocked on your Twitter, and I'm pretty positive it's because of my mistake. You need to tell me what your name is on Twitter. What's your Twitter at? I'll literally unblock you right now, but you need to tell me what your Twitter at is. I can't unblock you if you don't. You got to tell me what it is, and I'll unblock you. That's not a problem. Man, what a weekend. Let's go look at this 5-minute chart. I want to show you guys something. So yesterday, I'm chilling, drinking a little bit, and I want you guys to look at this. Does this look organic? Does that look organic to you? Does that look organic? Like, what the fuck was that? I mean, look, I wasn't in a short position. I did end up longing literally right here. Right as we broke out of 45K. I figured right as we broke above this previous high. Sorry, this is a 5-minute chart. I got to go to right as we broke that last high, which was here at like 45.4, 45 even, I figured we were going to go. It was just a matter of time. So for me, I longed it, and I ended up selling it like 46.8. Didn't quite get the top, unfortunately, but I really didn't think it was going to hold. Yo, what up, O? How's your Doge long going, brother? Mother of all crashes is yet to come. I feel sorry for bulls and people that FOMO. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of FOMO right now. Crazy. Kind of reminds me of the 10K breakout, although that was much longer consolidation. Yes. I think. Yes. Stefan Seagal. Roman, I followed your short and got liquidated. Is there any way to get a refund from Bitget? Well, I don't post my shorts on Bitget, so I don't know why you'd say that. How do you know a breakout is not a fake out? Just by looking at volume. If the volume is not, so if you look at relative volume, let's just look at relative volume. So let's put a mean point right about here. This is about where, even maybe a little bit lower. We'll say there. That's our mean point for volume. So anything above, realistically, I mean, we can probably put a little bit higher. So anything above this blue line would be extraordinary volume. That'd be a good sign that a breakout, or like if we break this resistance and volume is over the blue line, that generally means that breakout's being confirmed, and it's a very valid move. So, okay, what have we been seeing? All of this pump, which really we were just going back to retest resistance to a lot of people that were very bearish on this move. We had volume going down. We had volume really below the mean point this entire time. So this is kind of what I expected. I expected just to go back down like this. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. So yesterday we had a breakout above the 50 weekly, above really big resistance here. And ultimately, it kind of shell-shocked a lot of investors. We were like, well, how does that happen? Regardless, the breakout yesterday, our volume is very much below the mean point. It's very much below it today. We have 2 hours left. I highly doubt we go any higher. Not any higher. We see more volume today because there's 2 hours left. And again, sorry, I totally messed that up. Mean point again. If our volume got, if we had a volume candle like this or like this on this breakout, I would 100% back it and say it's valid, and we are definitely going higher, and we are definitely seeing a very, very bullish move. But yesterday we saw some of the lowest volume we've ever seen, and we closed above the 50 weekly. We saw a random $2,000 candle come in out of nowhere. It was Sunday, guys. Europe was asleep, and the U.S. was on. It's a weekend here. So where did this come from? What happened? Test of the cross on the weekly was expected, but not what just happened. Yeah, we did expect to test the cross. Some of us did expect like a wick up to 46.5, and ultimately we got it at first, and then we just kept going. So for a lot of people, it just didn't make a lot of sense. We're still pumping on low volume. We're still, go across multiple exchanges here. We're still pumping on relatively low volume. If we put our relative volume, it's still really low. It's still pretty much going down from the top, or from the absolute bottom here. Oh, excuse me. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say that this move is valid. Could it be? It's not always an area of confirmation, but for me, I've never seen a move do something like yesterday. So that was a first for me. Crashing like Trump crashed the U.S. I'm not a huge Trump supporter, but if you replace Trump's name with Biden, I'd agree with you. ADA, all right, I'll look at ADA for you. Looks moderately bullish, I'm not going to lie. Looks like we got our breakout. I'd like to see a retest of this area, do something like this. Inverted head and shoulders, be a nice little move. Again, ultimately, a lot of altcoins, there are many, granted, Bitcoin looks bearish, or not even bearish. It looks pretty weak. A lot of altcoins look pretty strong. Like, look at Ethereum. Ethereum is, that's very bullish price action. Yes, our volume's still very low, but our major resistance for Ethereum is here. So if we break this point, I want to see a lot of volume coming in. We should see a lot of volume. But Ethereum looks bullish. ADA looks moderately bullish. I believe Solana looks moderately bullish. You can see that we have volume candles going up, overall going up. Yes, it's still pretty low, but we haven't gotten above, major resistance here or major resistance here. So at those points, I'd want to see some pretty large volume candles. But there are altcoins that look fairly bullish right now, and you could have invested in them. I just don't really invest in altcoins, especially when Bitcoin looks weak. Show Uni daily. Oh yeah, Uni's one of the ones that you invested in. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Overall, I mean, volume is definitely going up as price is going up. You had a nice double bottom here. Got to get above what looks like this, all the way up to like 12.9. So I would like to see a lot of volume come in. I can tell that this is already weakening. Yeah, I mean, we're very over. Could we just come back down and maybe go back to this diagonal trend line here? Very possible, especially because I think Bitcoin's going to pull back. But even Uni looks pretty solid. Yeah, even Uni looks pretty decent, but ultimately just kind of making a lower high, even still. Well, let's go back to Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin, nice little bounce. Thought we were going to lose that trend line. We did not. We could definitely see this continue to do some of that. That's not out of the question. I wouldn't put it past them. Wouldn't put it past. Got a minute left on this hourly. Let's see if maybe the next hour either bounces or continues lower. Again, wouldn't surprise me if we bounced and maybe went higher. Again, the more we go up without a pullback, the harder that crash is going to be. And we have not had a pullback really at all. Just multiple green days, no pullback or consolidation, which is a little alarming. If you're in a lot of profit, I would highly suggest that you take some profit. If Bitcoin looks weak, does it even matter what alt charts look like? Not really. That's why I don't really invest in alts when Bitcoin looks weak. Or if Bitcoin's not building momentum, I try not to. I mean, if Ethereum looks good, then I'll invest in Ethereum, but not really. I don't really mess with anything else just because a lot of these altcoin charts are set up for liquidity grabs, and sometimes they'll just pump on air. We're seeing it happen with Bitcoin right now. So, but all right, guys. I just wanted to keep it a quick stream, kind of give an update. We did have a breakout. I kind of gave you the scenario. If we pull back, look for this to be support, possibly look for a long, look at the price action. Don't long now. You're buying a very local top on a lower time frame, so I would suggest be patient, wait for that pullback, possibly long, but for now, I've given you guys the data. I don't have a specific bias all the time. I would love to long and make a ton of money. Trust me, I absolutely would. But I'm not going to sit here and say that this doesn't smell a little weird. That there isn't something else happening behind the scenes. This is like you're looking at something firsthand and you're seeing the front of it, but you're not seeing the back end and what's actually happening. And I think that they are setting up a massive liquidation cascade. I mean, you're seeing euphoria in this market like no other right now. And just be careful. Take profits if you're in them. We're still very much in a bear market, so be careful. With that said, real quick, I am continuing to do the trading classes until May. I'm going to continue teaching the classes April, leave it open in May, answer any questions, leave the videos up. After May, may or may not take them down. I might leave them up, but I'm not going to be nearly as active. I won't be doing the live sessions. I will definitely leave them up, if enough people are interested in that, but I won't be super active in that specific Discord. I'll always be active in Discord, but it's summertime. I'm trying to go outside and do shit. So if you're interested, sign up. There's still about 2 months left. The new month starts in, like 3 or 4 days, so you won't get double charged. Don't sign up. Okay, so don't sign up. Sign up like after April 1st. Don't sign up in March if you're interested. Second note, Bitget. If you guys know, I partner with Bitget. Great exchange, highest rated security in the U.S. They are backed. So for those of you who don't know, don't go with exchanges with no KYC. You want exchanges that are approved by the SEC. That way, if some scummy shit happens, you can absolutely be reimbursed. If you go to an exchange with no KYC, you will not be reimbursed. The SEC doesn't approve of that, especially exchanges that are not legal in the U.S. So just keep an eye out. There's leverage trading, top 5 derivatives. They have spot, no withdrawal, holding periods or anything like that. Great support team. Highly recommend them if you're looking for a new exchange. I've been using them for a couple months. Other than the losses on some of the shorts I've gotten, really appreciate. And that's granted, that's not their fault. That's my fault. I really like everything that they do. It's a very easy exchange to use. Very friendly mobile app. Again, highly suggest. The links are in the description below and I believe in the chat. With that said, guys, we have a free Discord. Please join. We'd love to have you. Map Law needs someone to talk to like at least every minute of the day. So if you're interested, please join Discord. We'd love to have you. It's free. Just make sure that you read and you go to the rules and you read the rules and then you hit the green check mark. With all that said, guys, I'm going to end it there. If you need me, I'll be around and in Discord. Take it easy and please remember, be patient, use risk management, and good luck trading.